always love to ask filmmakers, musicians, and all these interesting people what their favorite film is, or one of their favorite films that influenced them. And I know I put a lot of people on spot. And
I think the most honest answer I can give is whatever I've seen most recently, which is actually, that's probably somewhat true. But no, I mean, I think it depends on the genre. Different films appeal to me for different reasons. I do like a lot of Wes Anderson's work, and that shows up as an influence in this one. Especially the Royal Tenenbaums, Rushmore, two of my favorites of his.
So there's the comedic elements.
There is the comedic elements. And there are a number of other.
What did you think of his most recent film? Drawing a blank on it.
Well, the
Grand Budapest.
Yeah. I thought it was cinematically probably one of his best. I'm not sure story-wise it was his best. So I felt like you could probably edit 30 minutes out of that. It would have been a lot better. But I thought cinematically it really returned to sort of. It returned to what you saw as classic Wes Anderson aesthetic, but refined. So the way he was able to square up shots and do these long zooms and all these crazy things. There you go. Yeah, that's the Anderson aesthetic, but that's really amped up beyond.
And
what
a great
you
cast
say.
as well, right? Ray Fiennes is unbelievable.
Yeah, and there was some surprising comedic elements in that, right? Like mid conversation, just saying, "Oh, fuck it," right?
Like, exactly. Well, and I love that scene where they throw the cat out the window. Did you just throw my cat out? Oh no, I don't think so. No.
So that would be the comedic elements. I mean, I like that. I also like a lot of certain indie films like Safety Not Guaranteed.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, so certain other indie films like that. I love that sort of vibe, and that comes through as well. It's an influence. But in terms of serious films, I mean, I'll admit I'm a sucker for a good action superhero movie.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
I'm a fan of Captain America 2 and things like that. So
Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
That was actually one of my absolute favorites of all the superhero movies.
A little bit of a modern day Star Wars.
Yeah,
a little bit of that vibe.
What I was so surprised at with that one is that you had this cast of characters that actually had such sentimental, emotional impact, but in such an unlikely if any characters are going to invoke some sort of emotional impact, really, the Guardians of the Galaxy crew, like that's. So I thought that was extraordinary. But then let's see, other more like I don't want to say those aren't serious films, but they're let's see. I mean, it might be taboo for filmmakers to admit this, but I'm a big Spielberg fan. I think he's a fantastic, legendary filmmaker for a reason. So whether you're talking about Saving Private Ryan or whatever it might be, or even certain ones that I think were underappreciated. I thought War of the Worlds, as somebody who's a dad and has a daughter and was able to identify with that situation. I thought, a lot of people blew it off as though it's just an effects-driven movie, and I thought, no way.
That first 30 minutes especially, what an unbelievable.
Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
It gets a little off track if I'm with Tim Robbins in the basement.
Sure, Although that, again, I mean, in terms of the sense of having to be in a situation where you would actually have to defend your child and maybe kill somebody
to survive
in order to protect, I mean, I even at some point, connected with that going, wow, So lots of, in terms of those sorts of films, I'm blanking on some of the others that I would really, but I think that gives you a sense of the things I tend to gravitate toward. Oh, my pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And